Yo, what's up, Kansas City? It's your boy J Walk, and you're tuned into Kaye Rayale. Today, we actually kind of implementing our new stuff. So we're gonna be covering more stuff in the community and stuff like that. So today, we actually brought on artists that we had on the show previously, uh, Ori-A.
I represent.
Yeah. So just to give you a little rundown, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over. So one of the biggest topics that I want to go over is the storming of Area 51. Yeah. I would like to say that I think it's a bad idea, but we're gonna go into that later. But first and foremost, I want to give out my condolences to everyone who was affected by the shooting in Dayton as well as El Paso. It's kind of unfortunate that shit kind of happens, but you know, yeah, I mean, it's the world we live in. It's shit that we gotta deal with, but it's on us to rally back. That's the reason why we're Americans. That's the reason why it's the greatest country on the planet. Uh, Yeah, we can talk about that too. So right now we're still getting the phone set up, but I get y'all a chance to come in and make comments on that. If you have any comments, if you have any shout outs, any glow ups, any blessings, feel free to call in anytime and we'll give you show some love, let you just kind of share what you were blessed for and all that good shit. So now going back to these shootings, right? I was actually thinking about this on the drive over. My dad sent me an article earlier this week, and he asked about me and my brother's input on the apparently there's people out here who are trying to tie all this violence with video games. Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Dumb.
So kind of give me your insight on that, Ori, by any
Man,
chance.
Look, America is not the only people that play video games. There are video games are worldwide. They're sold globally. I think what is it, South Korea, the top players of video games, and there aren't mass shootings like there are in America. You can't sit, and the video games have been around since the late 70s, early 80s,
Right.
and there haven't been mass shootings since this much. I think what sparked it off was Columbine. I might be wrong.
Right.
But I think Columbine probably was started with the whole mass shooting. Makes to make it a spectacle, not just like just a random tragedy that happened, to where it started becoming a pattern or a routine. I think you was in the 90s, and you're not seeing this anywhere else. So I don't know how they could sit back and pinpoint any act of violence just on one specific thing. Because anybody knows any crime that gets committed, whether it's mass shootings or gang violence or rape or regular murder, there's multiple contributing factors to blame for those things, and not just one specific. Because video games, if that was true, then everybody who plays video games would go kill people, if that was a contributing factor.
And I feel that too. I just feel like whenever they do stuff like that, it's just an easy cop out.
Yeah.
Like they just need it's just a quick response. Like whenever they had 9/11, okay, great. Now next thing you know, we in Iran
For the oil.
we looking for weapons of mass destruction.
For the oil.
And let me tell you, I don't think we ever found that.
Dude, that worked.
I'm still waiting on that answer. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's just a quick response, and I'm just tired of people doing that. Like, yo, if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, it's that's part of life. I mean,
It is the defense that they can come to, honestly, to protect white people. End of the day, it's the defense to protect white people, because we know why the medium, how they can blame Muslims for terrorist acts. They know they can blame not refugees but illegal immigrants for the economy being destroyed, or any random act of the drugs and stuff like that. They know they can blame
low poverty.
they can blame black people
Hell yeah.
for a lot of the gang violence and everything, but they cannot take blame for domestic terrorism or anything
No.
that white people do, because
No.
you have to think about who controls the media. Yes, it's the Jewish people, but it's still white Jews that control the media. So they're not gonna look at their own people and start placing blame like, oh, maybe we are fucked up, because that's no society takes blame for their own thing. It's if you take a sociology class, I think I forgot what it's called. It's called egocentrism or something like that, and that's basically the belief that me and my people, why same thing with gangs, and they always believe that they're the best at what they do, and that their ideals and their principles are the right way of thinking. So if you see something within your own group, it's kind of like why you let your friends get away with shit, the same shit you wouldn't let other people get away with.
Right.
It's the same. It's the same thing. But
Yeah.
when they do have to blame, they'll come up with something like, "Oh, well, it's not just something wrong with us. It's something that affects everybody." And then you know what I'm saying. And so it's just a cop out.
And I think it's kind of crazy because they so like people are so quick, or those higher entities are so quick to put blame on shit, but they're not ready to fix other things. So, for instance, whenever like Hillary Clinton leaked all that, or she was sending classified information over emails, they didn't do shit about it.
Nah, it's Hillary Clinton. What do they want? What do they
Right.
want? In the end of the day, what do they want to do?
But-
Arrest her, throw her in jail the rest of her life.
Right, but you know, I'll go outside, and let's say I decide to sell some drugs, and I have 30 grams on me, I got life in prison. Okay. Okay, look, I'll just out feed my family, and this motherfucker just want to be at the crib sending shit because he didn't feel like going to work, bruh. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's unfair, but like people act so surprised. I know that now that we're in a social media type of time to where it's so predominant, people acting like these type of things like it's new. Every single time something happens, people act like like you've been knowing how this shit happened. You've been knowing how this goes. You know, it comes down, like I said, a whole bunch of factors. It comes down to your age, your race, the judge, everything. But we know at the end of the day, there's no justice at the end of the day at all. Justice is it's subjective.
It is.
Depending on how the judge feels that day, depending on the color of your skin, depending on the crime. There's no universal justice. Not like other countries handle those things, like chopping the hands off for stealing. Like there's a universal thing to if you do this, this is the consequence.
Regardless.
You fuck up in Korea, they're going to stone you or kill you. Like I think they had one of those. As a journalist student went there and fucked up in North Korea, and I think they kept his ass. I think they gave him 70 years, and they're still trying to get him back into the United States. It was like a 18-year-old boy went there.
You said in North Korea?
I think in North Korea.
Bruh, I think that's the only country I know where if you commit a crime, if you don't finish out your time, your kids finish out your sentence. So if you got 70 years, you don't make it 20, yo boy, your kids might hate you for the next 50.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know the consequence for your actions in other countries, but I guess that's the trade for having a free market and for having like, you know, I guess the freedoms that we get. Yeah, it's a trade-off.
He said the freedom.
Because everybody gets rights. The judge gets the right to sentence you to what he wants to sentence you to. You know, end of the day, it doesn't matter because there's no like you kill somebody, you get this. You sell drugs, you get this. Because there were kids back in the 70s during the when the war on drugs first hit, that I think they had like less than a gram, and they got made examples of and got hit with 60 years. Yeah, 60 years. And these were white kids too. This wasn't even just black
Yeah,
people.
no,
These
they
were white
did.
kids hit them with 60 years for less than a gram of marijuana, just to make an example of them. And like, that's crazy. Right now, nowadays, that's just a black man sentence. But back then, it was anybody with marijuana.
And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I just, my thing is, look, I'm sorry, I went a little bit off of the tangent, but whenever you're looking at these video games, this has been a topic where they trying to tie in violence or violence there to actions that's held elsewhere. It's like, yo, look, at the end of the day, they never once when you read these articles are they talking about the person who they were, where they came from. I was like, yo, it could be as simple as, I don't know, maybe Billy's parents just was never there to actually be there for him. So then they had to succumb to someone else who was actually showing them attention and they wasn't feeling neglected. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of things that people don't want to put in play that they just decide to say, okay, well, you know, I gave them this and that and the other, so this is great.
Yeah,
Items is great. Yeah.
You can't, because they I saw an article too. They said broken homes is to blame for the actions of what the El Paso shooter, because he didn't have a father in the household and broke a home. How many black people have a father in the household? And we're not out here shooting we're not out here shooting people. Well, I mean, they shoot each other, but we're not committing mass murder.
Yeah.
So like I said, you can't. They keep trying to point blame because of this, because of this. something was just wrong.
Something was just wrong.
It's just something was just wrong in his head,
Yeah.
and it's the same as they say
I
that
mean,
rape is genetic. It just could be something wrong.
but you also need to understand. Like, I get what you're saying from there, but there are people who have this influence, right? Like, my thing is like people like they don't want to have money, they don't want power. Like, I like to help people, so like to me, I would like to have influence to either get people on the right track, or at least to be able to get people to hear me. Like, if I'm talking to a corporation, I want them to hear me. You know what I mean? But reality is that doesn't happen unless you have money behind you or you have a huge fan base and stuff like that. It's like I don't care for the greed, I don't care for the money, because at the end of the day, when I go in the grave, that shit can't go with me.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, great. I feel like by the time I go in the grave, anyways, our incarnate system's gonna fail. That's a different story for another day. But you know, it's I don't know. It's just like when there's that point where there are influentials in your life, you also need to recognize that, and then you also, I think that society needs to do justice to give back to society, and I think that's where we're lacking. I was like, because no matter what action I take, it's gonna influence other people. People like to think that, oh, I'm in control of my life. Right, that's cool. So what about those people who died in an airplane crash? Did they didn't really get a choice in that? You know what I mean? What about the people who get hit by the car because somebody decides to drive drunk? Or, you know, somebody, you know, getting shot because somebody made another comment and they got hit by the stray bullet. You're not in control of your life, period.
Yeah.
We just here to mitigate some things, but look, once you figure out that, yo, we on this planet for as much time as we got, and no one's gonna tell you how much time it is, yo, live it to the fullest. Like, for instance, I'm an engineer.
It's easy until you realize that shit costs money. It's hard to live life to the fullest. That shit costs money.
Yeah, but I mean,
really got enough money to live.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you just take it, if you don't, like, there's a lot of things we take for granted, and like, if until that shit's gone, we not gonna realize it. I don't really trip over shit for real, because I don't got time for it. I got other things I need to focus on. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do. But I'm gonna save that. So I did get the phone on, so I am available for calls. You can hit us up at 816 379-6292. Sorry. First. But yeah, go ahead and give us a call if you have any comments.
What was the number again?
816-379-6292.
Okay. That's double check it.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You know the commercials, you gotta say 816-379-6292. Once again, 816-379-6292.
Yeah, no. So you gotta say it like 6 times before people catch on, right?
All right.
But yeah, so if you have any comments, call in. We would like to hear your feedback. Kiki, I know you out there. I know you always have a worse after the fact, but you know it is what it is. Yeah, so we're gonna push forward. All right. First and foremost, man, what you been up to?
Shit. I'm working on a double album right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, 2 albums right now, and a black album and a white album.
So for the ones who fuck with you and the ones who don't?
Nah, one's kind of telling the story about the bullshit I've been through in the past couple months. Another one is telling a story about, you know, trying to write my future into existence, about the type of life that I want to live, and also about celebrating, you know, my victories that I've had, and really, in truth, I'm about to be back in college too this fall.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm about to, you know, take my ass to my west and then go finish college off, get a business degree. You know, I also always continue pursuing the music because that's my passion and it's what I'm good at. You know, I just always want to stay active. Ever since that shit happened to me a couple months ago, it made me realize, like, I gotta keep moving, you know, just keep progressing in every aspect that I can. And so right now I've just been working a little bit of a writer's block right now, but yeah, I'll get through that shit, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm actually, so I had a little moment of clarity. My shout out to my boy MP, Lil Molly. They was in my living room making music, and I was throwing on some bars to a song. And then I actually kind of had a moment of clarity of how I want to present my music and the message I want to put behind it. So hopefully an EP's coming soon. My first ever. Some. Yeah,
I feel like you gotta rap nowadays. Like, I feel like no matter what you're doing, you can work as a manager at Burger King. You can do data analyst. You can work at the IRS. You can do whatever you want. I feel like nowadays you gotta rap. You gotta make music. Either that or you got to be in the gym and be an Instagram,
Well, my thing is, I feel like
an Instagram model.
everybody have their own story. Then share it, like share your inspiration. And I think like a lot of stories just told through music. I mean, that's how it
Yeah.
used to be back in the day. And then it's like, yo, let's go back to the roots where it actually matters.
Yeah, people, even the ancients, told their stories on the walls and through art and
Right.
through text. Like not like text, but like through writing. And people told their stories. I think Aristotle and Socrates, they were famous for just telling their philosophy and writing into the books of just their thoughts. And I think nowadays, Instagram, Facebook statuses, Twitter, it's all one big ass, just a big ass. It's everybody's philosophy. Every single thing is all someone's philosophy of how they feel. Their even memes. All these memes you see about like relationships. If they can't have you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. All those things. It's all one big ass philosophy and stories. I think it's a human thing. We put it into social media because of technology, but I think it's such a human thing to want to write and express your own life. There's so many. That's why everybody has a YouTube channel. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody makes music. Everybody has social media for that reason because people want to tell about their lives. Some people need to shut the fuck up, yeah, but for the most part, it's just all learning.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that it's. My thing is, regardless if like, so it'd be cool if we could blow up on music. Yeah, that's great. It's not part of like one of my goals or anything like that. I mean, my goal is to get back in touch with music because I mean, music is that therapy for me.
Yeah,
Keeps my mind straight and stuff like that. But it's like, as long as it gets put out there, I'm just trying to do it for the music, right? Just bring something extra so somebody to listen to, and actually just kind of remember the goals of music. You know what I mean? A lot of times people just sit there just use it to make money. I was like, yo, fuck that. Like, yo, let me hear something for real.
it
Like,
depends on what you're making it for,
right,
because me, I want to make money, of course, but I also want to make money so that other people don't have to work as hard as I
right,
have to right now. Because I always talk about philanthropy and wanting to give everybody opportunities that I didn't get myself. Within budget. If I only make $1 million, I'm sorry, I ain't a philanthropist. It's not enough money. Not enough money for me to be donating to shit at $1 million. No, if I say make some right deals, we'll hit the fucking Jay-Z billionaire status. Yeah, what I'm saying. I throw money here, rebuild shit. But I just be feeling like it. I feel like with donations and charities, I feel like not enough people do it at once to actually make an impact because all this money being sent to the Cancer Foundation, yet there's still cancer. All this money to rebuild the hood and there's still hoods. All this money to do all this shit. Like, what the fuck is really getting done in the day? And then, it is going to sound very, very fucked up. But the ones that want to do all this hard work to rebuild shit, y'all trying to kick them out the country. All the
For
people
real.
that are gonna rebuild houses and do all the hard labor, is the shit that you guys that white people, sorry, that Americans don't want to do. The shit that Americans don't want to do. Y'all want to kick them niggas out of our country. They're the ones that actually are the ones going to rebuild shit. Even America was built on the back of slaves. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that doesn't make sense. How y'all want change, and then the people that are willing to work for the change, you want to get rid of like that. There's no logic there. It's just systematic racism and prejudice gets in the way. Because what happens, let's say you get rid of all the Hispanics and all the Latinos. Who the fuck, let me see y'all niggas out there going to pick oranges and fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? It seems kind of like stereotypical, but it's still the same idea. All these jobs, these type of hard labor jobs, the people that are like on the roofs working, the people that are doing construction, building homes, the people that are digging, you know what I'm saying, like that. Who's gonna want to do those? Let's say that Trump has his way and all these MAGAs get rid of them. Who's gonna step up and do it? Not are they gonna have their children go? Are all these racist white people gonna be like, good, we got rid of all the Mexicans. Now I need my son to go out and pick oranges. Like, it won't happen like that.
They ain't not about to go pick out no
oranges.
damn oranges.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, that's
They
what
not about to
that's
pick
what doesn't make sense. Everybody has their role. That's why
Yeah.
you can't have. And it's fucked up, but that's why you can't have everybody in life win because somebody has to do these lower class jobs.
Yeah.
Or else it won't get done unless you get machines to do them.
You know, it's crazy because I know a few millionaires and billionaires here in Kansas City. and they'll straight up tell you, this like, yo, there's no job that should be beneath you. Like they said, man, there's many times where they was starting in their little company, they make them their millions, their first million or whatever. And they said, man, they was in there, they had to like change the trash cans, some more stuff for guests that's coming to their company. And it's just like, yo, once we get past that, we kind of we will once we get past that, we kind of move forward. But I think we just kind of stuck on stuff like that. It's like,
I think there can be a universal happiness though, because even
yeah,
if there are lower class jobs, if they raise the pay for these lower class jobs, like I think if you clean shit out of sewers, you should be paid at least 50 an hour, at least for cleaning shit out of a sewer.
yeah, that's biohazard first of all.
That's what I'm saying. Any of these
Secondly,
jobs, like nobody should be forced to
right.
make wage they cannot live on. There's no point.
There's no way you're not coming home at least once with pink eye.
Right.
Period.
At least once.
At least one. That's so nasty.
And your job is literally shitty.
You know what? And you talk about happiness, and that actually brings me into another thing. All right, so look, I have this thing, right? I want to go into some relationship advice. We kind of started a little bit late, but I'm not gonna hold y'all extra because of my shortcomings and shit like that. But I do have some advice, or I need some advice, right? So I'm talking to someone, and well, I can't say it. Yeah, so I'm talking to someone, and bro, it's just I don't understand it. Like I just don't get it. I mean that's how relationships work, but it's just like, cool. Look, I'm one of those kind of people who's like, all right, great. Look, I don't ask you for much. I don't need you to do my laundry. I don't need you to cook me dinner. I don't need none of that shit. Like if you're gonna be staying with me, then just be there. And as long as I don't have to wash your underwear and shit, I'm cooling. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you picking up after yourself, we good, right? But the nagging, bro. I just can't. I can't handle it, right?
You know what?
Like
though?
they get mad because I call them every day, and then God forbid, I don't know, I disappear for a few hours because I'm traveling. They still nag.
Well, you ever think about what it is that they're nagging about?
Oh yeah.
Process that.
Yeah. I think about a lot of stuff. I do a lot of. I try not to do any psychoanalysis, but it's kind of part of who I am. For the most part, like I don't hold nobody. I don't hold nobody against that. Like I try to just ignore it, and it's like, okay, cool. And I try to. I don't want to say I try to help it, but I try to tailor my actions so that way that's not a thing that has to be a burden on them. But it's like I can only do so much because I'm a busy ass person.
I don't think there's any advice for that, bro. If you're dealing with women, you're gonna get nagging. That's a
It's
universal.
like period.
Period. Like,
All right. So that being said,
You're
yo,
not
Kansas
advice.
City, your boy Jay Walks out there looking for somebody who's not gonna nag.
Yeah, good luck. For the first 8-9 months, you ain't gonna get nagging. Wait till.
Oh,
wait till
no,
y'all
no,
settle-
no, no,
wait
no,
till
no.
y'all settle down.
No.
But my thing
I'm
is,
telling you, bro.
it all comes down, bro. And nagging is just an improper form of communication. There's
I feel you.
something not being communicated there. End of the day. So you have to realize that there's something you're not, man. Like I'm telling you, bro. After like this breakup that I just went through, bro. Like I had nothing to do for the past couple months but reflect and think about every aspect of my last relationship and things that I should have did, things that I didn't. And so I kind of got a more clear understanding about like how to actually communicate and how to actually, like, I know it sounds soft, but like talk about feelings on both aspects, because people don't understand, because you can't read each other's minds at the end of the day. And it's all about perception. The shit that she be saying, you don't know how much it means to her. It might sound like blah 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 to you, but to her it could like really mean something. The next thing you know, you wake up and she deuce out, and you're like, damn, I didn't see this shit coming. Even though she'd been talking to you and nagging you about these things, like she meant this shit. And,
Yeah.
And then it's over, and you're like, fuck, I did not think it was that
But
big
see,
of a deal.
look, check it. My thing is, my whole life, I've been making sacrifices. Whether I'm in love with you or not, if it's not the right time, then I'm gonna wait until it's the right time, right? So I'm gonna leave. I step back. I'm gonna still keep focusing on me, because at the end of the day, life stops for nobody. Period. So my thing is, okay, great. You sit here nagging because X, Y, and Z. Most of the stuff is like, it's just insecurities, and I feel that. But at the end of the day, I am not fucking Bob the Builder. I'm not the one who's supposed to break down your wall. Like, the whole goal is, and I hear this all the time, and I get on my friends about this. That being said, shout out to Forrest, Katie, Kiara. Anyways, all right, Katie Glover, Kiara Force. I apologize, got your names mixed up. Whatever. But anyway, so my thing is happiness should already be achieved by yourself. If you can't be happy by yourself, it's almost damn near impossible that you think that someone else is gonna make you happy.
It's just the world, but you have to look at the world. Like there's theories that the world ended in 2012. You know, I feel like there used to be the level was neutral. I feel like
Right.
everybody's feelings used to be neutral.
You said
And when shit-
2012?
Yeah, and when shit made you happy, you were up, and when shit made you sad, you're down.
Right.
I feel like down is the new neutral. Like I feel like the whole world is depressed, and that's a big state. You have to like, truthfully look at it. I don't feel like anybody is just happy. I don't feel like that. But I feel like or neutral. I feel like the whole world is depressed, and then we find things to make us happy. Like because even being happy with yourself, that only gets you so far. Because like I know for myself, when I'm at home chilling, I'm just laid up watching YouTube. I'm playing video games. I'm eating food. I can't say I'm happy. That's just content. Like I'm just content. I'm not gonna be sitting around walking with a smile on my face all day, being by yourself, doing like you do things that make you happy, whether it's playing video games, anything to entertain you. Because I also deals with the chemicals in your brain and serotonin levels, but you can't. There's no finding happiness within yourself. You might find happiness within the things you do by yourself, but I don't think there's any happiness by yourself. I think when you see other people make you happy, it's because you see other people and those emotions that they bring to you brings consistent doses of happiness. If you've ever been in love or been with somebody, you get consistent doses of dopamine and serotonin. It consistently makes you happy. And so whether they're gone, I don't think there's a universal happiness to where you're just by yourself. I think you are content and you do things to make you happy. That's why I think you should not. That's why they say you should not look for other people, because people are not dependable. People are not dependable. If your video game there tomorrow, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there until it breaks and you buy a new one. If that TV's there tomorrow, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It breaks. You could wake up and your girl not in love with you anymore and disses out on you, disappears, or your best friends go fake on you and disappear and they're gone, because people are not dependable. That's why you have to look at things in life that can make you happy are things that will always be there. Things, passions. If you're making music, you're happy making music. I don't believe that people are just happy. I believe that people are depressed and good. And then when they're not depressed, they're good. And then you fall back down. Because name a friend right now that you could just call up and be like, yo, your life just great. Nobody. Even rich people are on fucking internet complaining.
Okay.
Niggas who made it are on the internet complaining and crying.
Right. And so, but my thing is, so happiness is just to be a state of happy. That's defined by Oxford. I had to look that up real quick. And then they use synonyms like contentment, pleasure, blah, 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 satisfaction, all that good stuff. But my thing is, and I hear what you're saying, but I was like, once people actually remove themselves from this world, that's when you get to that point. Like, I believe in meditating. That's just why I like.
It doesn't work for me.
You say it doesn't work for you?
I tried, man. I was like depressed, before, and I tried meditation, and I do the whole thing. I try to focus on, I did the audio, everything. Try to focus, clear my mind. I don't get shit from that. Shit.
Is it because you couldn't drown out the noise?
Nah, I drowned out the noise, bro. It just to me, once the meditation's over, my problems are right the fuck back there. Like
defeat the purpose of the meditation.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, fuck it. I might have to just get into this physical world and figure it out, because that whole spiritual one. It's kind of like when you are real fucked up and then you like have sex and you feel good when you come, and then
and then
after
it's
that,
like
it's like fuck.
an hour later, it's like
I
shit.
don't
So
like
they
this
at least
bitch.
got 2 off on that motherfucker.
Right. Or having sex with someone you don't really like. It's cool when you're in the middle of it, and then when you come, it's like, well, shit, I still don't like you.
Yeah,
It felt good in the moment, but it didn't solve nothing.
All right, so real quick, we're gonna take a real quick break and get some water and stuff like that. Once again, if you just now tuning in, you are tuned into Kaye Rayale. And we're gonna be right back. You have your boy here, J-Walk, and as well as Ori-A.
Let's go.
And y'all stay good, Kansas City. Yo, what's up, Kansas City? It's your boy J-Walk. You are now tuned into Kaye Rayale. Real quick, make sure you tuning in to our medias on Thursdays. We have a new segment called Better Than Who? With a question mark. And those videos drop on Thursdays. If you are artist who's been on the show and you think you might want to make an appearance, once you see the first video, give us a shout out, give us a look up. You know how to hit us up on all social medias. From the block KC. Yeah, yeah, from the block KC on all platforms. Excuse me. Yeah, I know, I know. But that being said, yo, check it out. Our phones are live, so if you hear anything that you want to make a comment on, you just go ahead and give us a call at 816-379-6292. All right. So before we left, we determined that I want to have a impossible world of no nagging. It doesn't exist. So I guess I gotta live with it. And I guess apparently there's no such thing as eternal happiness. I disagree. But you know, we gonna push forward. We gonna push forward. Maybe we'll circle back around. Maybe, I don't know. So now to the topic that really, for real, is trying to push, and try to get going. So apparently, this year on September, was it 20th? There is. You said what? The 12th? No, it's not the 12th. Hold on, I have it pulled up right here.
Today.
You said what? Today? Hold on, what? Yeah, so it's September 20th. There has been a post on Facebook. I think everybody's already tracking at this point, but it's titled "Storm Area 51. They can't stop us. They can't stop all of us."
Good luck. Good luck. You know, a crazy part is I used to think that shit too. I was thinking like, you know, World War II was 6 million deaths total in World War II, and that's a lot of ammunition and a lot of killing people for 6 million deaths. And that's, you know, spread out through a whole bunch of countries, a whole bunch of warfare, bombs and missiles and stuff. So I'm thinking, get about 10 million people to storm Area 51. I mean, you'll win. You know, I think with enough people you'd win, because think about how many people, if you're in the military, you know what I'm saying, and you know these are your people and it could possibly be your family, and it's your job, they're storming, you work at Area 51, and you don't know if your family's a part of this and none of that. Let's say they are. You gonna start shooting, killing everybody? You think soldiers are really just gonna start shooting and killing their own people just because people want to storm Area 51, even if it's the captain's orders and they don't know who? Kids, their own people.
Sadly, I mean, I think from any soldier's standpoint, they would not want to kill their own people. But
knowing you're not in danger, know these people just want to get inside.
But sometimes that is the danger. Maybe the people, you know what?
No, they just want to look. They just want to see what
you
the fuck
you think
y'all
that
hiding.
Right?
They're
So when was the last time you went to the store? You have seen somebody not break shit that they touched.
It don't matter if they break shit. They're not trying to kill you. I could have a nigga walk around Walmart breaking everything on the aisle. If he ain't touch me, do what you do.
But that's where it's gonna matter. What if they touch something and it creates a whole black hole, and then next you know we have a rip.
You know what? Then y'all should have said, "Hey, don't storm us. We have something that could potentially cause a big black hole in here."
I think they said that though.
They said that.
They said it's a highly classified research facility that I guess weapons or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there because I've never been there. I would like to say this though. It's dangerous. I don't think I would not put anything past them, because it's no difference than if you try to just run onto the line of the of the White House, and let's say there's a crisis going on. Right now, like if you run out there, they might taser you or hit you with a beanbag or, you know, knock you out. But if it was like state of emergency, you ran onto that property, I'm pretty sure they'll kill you. They'll shoot to kill.
Yeah. But
and that's it.
10 million is a lot of people. It's gonna take a lot of bullets. You're gonna have to drop a big bomb, and a big bomb enough to kill 10 million people will take out the facility as well.
Well, maybe look, maybe they want to know how effective this bomb is, and y'all just gave them the perfect opportunity.
And that's what I say. Like, you have to think with enough people, and with like, cause look at the scenario. Anybody trying to rob a bank, you would think the best way to rob a bank would be to get everybody who works at that bank on board. The nigga's supposed to check the cameras. How much you want to get paid?
Right.
The bitch who holds the drawer. How much you want to get paid? The person who reports the money. How much you want to get paid? The person from security. How much you want to get paid? That's the only way you're gonna be able to rob a bank, is if you get everybody on board. Like, you try to do a solo. These motherfuckers maybe working $30,000 a year. It's fucked up.
Right.
That'd be the easiest way to rob a bank is get everybody a part of the bank. who gonna tell them at the end of the day? Who's gonna report it that it gonna happen?
The person who has a moment of clarity, they went to church and it's like, oh Lord, I gotta say something. I can't walk away with this $150,000.
If it's a Wells Fargo, you guys got hundreds of $1 millions. Let's say there's 20,000 employees. Y'all can split a pretty fucking penny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all could easily split. There's something like that. So if you're gonna storm Area 51, you'd have to have people in Area 51 that stop thinking, okay, yeah, I work here, so let me kill my own people. It's like, you know what? It's about time that we all know what the fuck happens. I know, like, because they don't know, like, to kill your own people. Like, how could you be defending your country but killing people in your own country because of curiosity?
But you also gotta know that there's people in this country who has ill intent towards our own people. So, like, at the same time,
that's true. And if they were running and storming Area 51 with dynamite,
these are soldiers and they have to do what they have to do. If they get orders to do it, and they say if they think it's unethical, then cool. You know, then we know there's a few people who got some testicular fortitude, but a lot of them probably don't, and some of them probably don't even like people. But but who is it we to say to that? I think it's fairly dangerous. I think the last person who tried to storm Area 51, or I guess get in there, was most definitely killed. I think he said I think the article said he was shot and dead. I don't know what that means, but I would. Whatever.
Shot and dead.
Yeah, that's what it said. And dead.
I don't know why they don't just come out and say what the fuck, because it's like they could. Because what the fuck can you do? Let's say they're like, we got aliens.
Yeah, Snowden.
I know, not just Snowden, but I watched that guy who came with the UFOs. I just watched a Joe Rogan podcast. But then what are they gonna do? Let's say we have alien shit. We're not alone in the universe. Mm-hmm. We have crafts and we have technology. Then what? Niggas aren't gonna do shit about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if the government, if the base said, okay, we're gonna just go ahead and tell you, it wouldn't change anything. The Americans aren't going to be able to do shit about it in the first place. Then they won't want to storm it. Like, okay, thanks for being honest. It's not going to cause no fucking unrest. It's not going to cause, like,
yes,
oh my God, no.
Yes, it will.
No.
Yes, hold on. So now we're going to be activists for the extraterrestrial.
You have to think.
Extraterrestrial.
Only if there was an imminent attack would people freak out about aliens being true. But if people found out about, even if you look into religion, if people say it'll be the fall of religion, but then people would say, well, God made the aliens.
And you know what? I 100% will believe that. But you know what? Even before there was Trump in office, you know what I used to hear all the time? Whenever somebody starts speaking Spanish, French, or anything like that, people's like, this is America. You need to be speaking English. I was like,
no, they say you need to speak American.
Right, or some shit like that. I was like, America has no official language. I mean, there's a general language that everybody speaks, but you can most definitely live in this motherfucker and not speak a lick of English, and it's still okay. But the thing is, like, people don't see it that way. So I was like, I'm telling you right now, that ain't gonna fly. Especially, it will. With the Texas pride I got going through me, look.
What are you going to do about it? You find out they're aliens.
There ain't gonna be a damn thing I'm gonna do about it.
That's what I'm saying. So
you know what? I think it's kind of cool if we had aliens, but at the end of the day, I don't know how people gonna react, and I feel like people gonna think it's gonna be the end of the world, and you're gonna have a bunch of this other shit that's gonna go on. And look,
you know what's crazy? Because they would have to say, we've had aliens since the Roswell crash in 1956. You'd have to say we've had aliens since then. And if we've had 60, 70 plus years of them niggas not attacking, what makes you think now that we reveal it, all of us, oh my God, they're going to attack today because we reveal it? Then, just like I said, people don't use any logic.
Well, what if we've been making...
And even if they... Okay, let me tell you this,
what if we've been making trades this whole entire time, though?
Okay, but what you have to think about this is, too, the finding out about aliens, you could say, oh my God, what if they attack? What's the point of being afraid? Because if they are going to attack and if they are going to be successful, you're dead either way. So what the fuck is the problem?
And that's what I'm telling you. People gonna freak out, and
Let
then
them freak out.
You know what's gonna start happening? People gonna start giving themselves and their kids pills to take that lone sleep and shit like that. You gonna have to worry about stuff like that. You're
gonna do that whether you find out that people are gonna do that whether they find out that there's another black president coming. Anything you find out, people like understand like humans have always done these certain things. You can't prepare for anything. Like, I promise you, like right now, if I saw an alien craft land, I'd freak the fuck out only because I'd be like, does anybody else see this? And if everybody else sees it, I'd be shocked at first. And then I'd be like, of course, like, yo, what was the fear? What we don't understand? Once I realize that motherfucker ain't doing shit, okay, go on your way. Then I know aliens exist, and that's it.
Yo, fuck that.
You have to think about, like, truthfully when you feel like you're in danger.
If there's an alien invasion, I am willing to pick up a gun. I'm willing to jump into my little storm, my X-Fighter, and put on my little Star Wars music, and I'm going to town.
That's during an invasion though, but we're talking about them revealing that aliens do exist. We're talking about them revealing that aliens exist.
Yeah.
They say irrefutable evidence that yes, we are not alone in the universe. That's something we already know.
Yeah.
You'd have to be honestly fucking naive to believe that we're the only ones on this one planet.
But you also you need to know that there's also a lot of other stakes in play. Like, there's a lot of religions who believe that we're the only things here. So if they start to do that, that's a whole failure of a religious sector.
But God is bigger than just the universe and space. You think He just only made just humans?
No, I don't think so. There's no way. And the universe is continuously expanding, which doesn't make any sense that you think that we that one speck out of millions, trillions. Like, and that thing just blows my mind. People like to say, man, that's impossible. Why? They say because it just doesn't exist. I say, well, reality is, I think what the odds of you being born is 1 in 2 trillion. You already beat all the odds. Mm-hmm. I say, you know how many zeros that is in front of that one?
and on top of that, you could still believe in a God on top of this because you would look at it as that this is something else God created.
Oh yeah,
and He created the universe and He created more things.
Yeah,
you were meant to see this. It wouldn't be the fall of religion. I never understood that religion, just because they didn't speak about it in the Bible doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They didn't speak about Facebook in the Bible.
Yeah, and that also being said, but people also need to remember. God also condemned His chosen people for 40 years. So I'm just saying, they come and decide to take your shit.
What the fuck would they take?
Everything, nutrients in the ground. Maybe they steal oxygen, gold, water.
We barely got any of that for ourselves.
I'm saying, but that's because we're running through all this shit.
Yeah, let's say they gonna look at us like, what are y'all niggas doing? We want to borrow something, but y'all ain't got. We'll give you some.
What if they come and take all the bacon? I don't know if I could. What I would do myself.
Yeah, you would. You'd live longer. That shit gross.
Don't disrespect bacon. Don't.
You know pigs don't sweat, right?
Neither do dogs.
We don't eat dog.
But I like dogs.
You don't eat dogs like that.
Man, I wish some people didn't sweat. Shit. There's some people who sweat enough for the rest of us.
It rots in your stomach. That shit don't even break down.
What are you talking about?
Bro, bacon is the worst thing.
Bacon,
swine, any of that shit. That shit is the worst. You know pigs are the closest next to monkeys and humans. Anatomy-wise.
And?
It's not a
It's
good
called the food chain of something. Some shit. You know what? Fuck you. At the end of the day, I still like my bacon. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care what anybody says. Hold it against me. I like my bacon.
That's funny.
We all gonna die one day. But I would say this. For
every
every
I'm
little
so
thing of
bacon,
bacon, you know, I eat, and no matter how unhealthy it is for you, I still eat my vegetables. I eat abundance of vegetables.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Work out.
I'm gonna tell you this, like what
try to work out.
That's what these smokers be saying. Well, we gonna die one day.
But you know, still go running.
Everybody that sits in that deathbed or in that hospital bed can't breathing through a tube of emphysema. They all say the same thing. I regret smoking. I should have stopped.
Dude, there's some people who smoke a whole carton like every day and still alive with no issues and die of old age.
That's what I'm saying. But everybody says you're gonna die one day. It doesn't mean you should make it come faster.
Well, you know what? Because you came from my bacon, I'll let you know that everything that you eat has preservatives in it, and so it's gonna give you cancer. So
True.
So how about this? How about you go to a water diet where they don't be on just spring water, because that purified water, they have so much shit in there. There's no point in even drinking that shit. Hormones and some more shit. How many people laying in a hospital bed from bacon?
A kid just died a couple months ago because he ate some bacon that wasn't cooked all the way, and he ended up getting.
That ain't our fault. They should have actually cooked the bacon.
I'm just saying, wouldn't happen with uncooked chicken.
It would, actually. Called salmonella. I mean.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be licking the spoon when people make brownies. I don't be licking that shit.
Nah,
I know my one time we that raw ass egg. I know my one time trying that shit, I'm gonna get E. coli or salmonella or something really fucking shitty. Dude. I always look at shit like that. Like, look, there was 2 billionaires in 1 week from 2 different companies. One of them died paragliding, and then the other one died. What the fuck was he doing? I think he was kayaking, and the canoe tipped over, hit his head. And that's why I be saying, like, I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna sit my ass at home. I ain't going skydiving in Dubai.
Yeah.
I ain't going mountain climbing. If I have to go out, I'm gonna have it at my fucking house. I just know how life is. You work so hard just to fucking trip and then hit your head on a fucking rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I'll be pissed. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But that's how motherfuckers be going, bro.
You trying to help somebody and you fall backwards and just crack your shit.
If you ever watched the King of Random on YouTube. He's a famous YouTuber, and he just died like last week because he was paragliding. Something that they've all done before, something that people do every single day. And he ended up dying paragliding like instantly. Like, and I'm sitting there like all that. He worked on the channel for 9 years on YouTube, made all this money on sponsorship. Finally, just got comfortable. Finally, just got rich to lose it all. I'm like, nah.
That's what I say.
Sit my ass home.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I think, like I said, fuck the money, fuck the economy system. If you have a passion and people can see it and you pushing it through what you're doing in your everyday actions, the money's going to come, the followers going to come, people's going to be inspired. Even if it's like a few, you know what I mean? That's still better than what you had. And at least you still doing something that you passionate about. But anyways, so what's the verdict? Are you for or against the storming of Area 51?
I'm for it. Will I
oh Jesus.
Will I partake in it? Absolutely not.
Hold on.
But at the same time, am I for them opening? Because I don't believe. I feel like everybody has the right and access to every information about this country and the things that we do. I feel like there's no reason to hold things back other than shit like maybe that could be copied or stolen, that type of information. But as far as things that happen that have to do with like the shit that goes on in our country, like small things like alien, that's kind of the whole world's thing to know if we have aliens. But at the same time, it'd be stupid to think that aliens only landed in fucking Roswell. With only, you know what I'm saying? And with only people that have the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's a lot of levels to shit. Like, it comes down to that, what I told you about earlier, that egocentrism, to where Americans believe that we are
the
only ones that have aliens. It's why I don't believe in the moon landing. Like, to be honest, I don't believe that we went up there, because you're telling me we're the only ones that did it, and we ain't never gone back since.
I think we're one of 3 countries. I think Russia made it.
Where the fuck is the 8? We have 4K cameras now. It is a 2-week trip to the moon. You telling me that they ain't gone back up there and showing us no 4K?
It's because that's digital video.
It don't matter if it's digital video. It don't matter if it's streamed over whatever it is.
But we haven't been back. We trying to go back.
That's what I'm saying. We have clear night and day photos of Mars, and that is a 6-month trip of an unmanned thing, an unmanned drone.
But it's only like 30 miles though. So why does it take us 6 months?
You think Mars is only 30 miles?
I think so.
30 miles away.
Up.
You think it's only 30 miles away?
I mean, I jumped 30,000 feet in the air.
You could drive 30 miles in an hour. You think Mars is only 30 miles away?
Oh, yeah. Just get in the car and just... You get in your... what the fuck is that?
All right, guys. Thank you for letting me on this show.
I think that's the distance, though, for real.
30 miles? That's what you think?
It's only 30 miles.
You think from here to Overland Park is how far Mars is?
Yeah, you just drive straight up, though. You talking about driving straight up to the moon.
Oh, I thought you said Mars.
Oh
no,
I did. I probably did say Mars, but I meant to say
the moon is 100,000 miles away.
Yeah, something like that.
The moon is 100,000 miles away.
It's 100,000?
Yes.
We already got to Google this shit now.
30 miles? So if I can get there, it's only 60 miles per hour. Get there in an hour.
I guess that would make sense, you know.
Well, we'd be dead.
What do you mean? Why would we be dead?
How far is the moon from the Earth? Look.
30 miles.
238,000 miles.
I was off by like 20.
Why the fuck did you think the moon was 30 miles?
Because it looks like it's only 30 miles away.
Don't you have like a giant book in front of you about smart shit?
Right.
Look.
Yo, who's this?
For some reason, the camera is talking, and I don't understand what's going on. Whatever.
He said 30 miles.
It's close. It's close. But if you didn't know, the moon is 4.5 billion years old, apparently. So.
It's 30 years old.
But it's only 30 years old, though.
Bro, what I'm trying to say is that you cannot tell me that we haven't gone back to the moon. I'm not talking about sending a satellite to make these fucking CGI photos. I'm talking about man walking on the moon.
Yeah.
First selfie on the moon.
Yeah.
why we have not been back. Because apparently there's like a belt around the Earth that we can't even exit. Like
apparently
kill people. It's like full like radiation or some shit like that that'll kill you. And we actually haven't left the Earth yet. But we gotta figure that out. There's so many theories that apparently went to the moon and somebody warned us don't come back. And
that might be the fact that they made it to the moon. It was like, yo, fuck this shit.
Yeah, but why haven't other countries gone? Like Russia sent the first satellite into orbit, and America's like, nah.
Well, I mean,
the first ones on the moon.
if you can make it to the moon, then that means you could probably get nuclear weapons, and there's only a handful of countries that could do that shit.
Allegedly, I'm not worried about other countries, honestly. I think because think about how even movie script writers, their job is to come up with these scenarios and how the hero ends up winning, all the smart tactics. You don't think that defense people that run the defense secretary, that these people and these people, you don't think that they come up with solutions? Let's say Russia's like, fuck you niggas today, press that button. You don't think we got defense? You think we haven't thought about that? They're like, we're launching all of our nukes?
Maybe our proposed goal is to maybe have something that's faster than theirs so that we can kill them before they shit go off.
What they'll do is they'll let one of them slip through. They'll let one of them slip through, give us a reason to go to war, and another reason because they like, we ain't dropped a bomb since Hiroshima. Let's see if we still got the juice. Let's see if we still got what we can still do out here.
We didn't drop one, but we dropped two of them bitches.
That's because we could. Y'all niggas attack Pearl Harbor. I mean, we let them attack Pearl Harbor, of course, but y'all niggas go ahead. Hey, take out 3 of our shit. Matter of fact, here's a 4th one.
I think they had to just explain spending all those tax dollars, so they had to drop a second one.
Right. The guy sound like I missed the first one. Let me see what my second one does.
They had aliens at the other one, so we might as well drop the second one before they find out.
And I watched footage of like a nuclear bomb test.
Yeah,
that shit's gross. That motherfucker, it first explosion rips all paint, rips all skin off of everything.
Yeah,
and then the implosion just boom takes it. I'm like, God damn, that was the 50s technology, bro.
Yeah.
That's 60-something, 70 years ago.
So with my little math background, the energy will hit you first before you even see the light. So like you, that's it. You will feel some shit before then, and like by that point, your whole insides with all the gravity, like the G forces you experience, your inside is yolk. And then it's gonna evaporate.
And that's close. And also, I think I think the way explosions work too, and you're gonna die either way. But I think the explosion is more dangerous, not in the center of the explosion, but once it spreads. I think because like the Oklahoma City bombing, with the spot that it happened isn't the most destroyed spot. It's when the waves hit, destroying the things around it, because it has time to build up inertia and all that before it blows the shit out. It's the same thing with the hurricane. Like the eye of the storm is the most. You're gonna die either way. Don't get me wrong. You're dead. But I think once the explosion out, that's what fucking destroys shit.
So my thing is with bombs like that, like some of them are like, you talking about like splitting atoms or clashing of atoms, right? And then apparently that's also how you create black holes, which I guess that's a thing as well. If they've been doing that, I don't know how they even know if that's what's happening. If we haven't created one that hasn't destroyed.
It probably did.
A black hole, once it opens, that's it.
Well, no, that's what they said that happened in 2012 with the world ending. You have to think of how big the universe is. So if a black hole opened and it sucked us in, we might not feel the effect for another 2,000 years, but it could already happened. It's that fast to where it takes so long for us to find it. It's kind of like with the Flash, how the Flash is so fast so he can move around and people are standing still. It could have happened in 2012. With the world ending, we just haven't felt the effects yet because it's instant.
Yeah, but I get that, but it's gonna be a change of polarity and some more shit because you're talking about gravity and time. And
if you think about gravity, is also controlled by how close we are to the sun, and also from the moon. If it's gonna take the sun,
but
it's
the
gonna
thing
take
is,
the universe with it.
But the reason why there's orbit around the sun is because there's a black hole at the center of our universe. You know that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
Okay. Anyway,
my universe simulator isn't
he said my universe is right here.
Isn't opened up
he
yet.
said, "Yo, all I know is in Call of Duty, these motherfuckers be taking hella bullets." Nah, but my thing is just, look, we need to leave all this shit alone for right now. I think there's technology that could be created, but I think instead of us trying to weaponize some shit, we need to be thinking about the advancement of our lifespan and how to extend that, or have it set up in a certain kind of way, or you know what, say fuck it and just let it all die. You know what I mean? Like let life take its course of action. If we decide to get wiped off the face of this planet, They're good. It was a good run. We fucked it up. We fucked it up real good.
No, I'm telling you, it's just sad because you think about our children. Why should they
Yeah.
have to suffer because of what we
And,
did?
and that's what I'm saying. But like these are things that was out of my hands. I have I feel about it, but there's nothing I could do about it. Like if it was up to me, yo, fuck Hummers. You know, maybe that would help us not have fucking like 5 ice storms back to back, or the continuous flooding and stuff like that that's going, or the anomalies happening everywhere.
You guys have to look at the simulation we're in right now. Donald Trump is our president. End of the day.
You can't get mad because he's a hustler. He hustled us hard. He did not. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
But the thing is, hey, this is a talk for another time. But I'm not like, this is crazy. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I haven't seen the problem with him being president. Now, as far as the shit he says, I cannot condone it. He's very racist, very bigoted, very, very.
He's just reckless. He just reckless.
But he hasn't done anything detrimental for Americans
at all. Not
He
yet.
hasn't done anything against black people. He hasn't destroyed anything.
Kept his promises though.
Now,
so
what
far.
he's doing to like Hispanics and that's fucked up. I can't condone that.
Yeah.
But as far as being a president, he hasn't done anything to. I'm still waking up the same every day. I'm still going to my job. He hasn't like nothing that's so far happened that's kind of fucked shit up for me as a president. So he's not really a horrible president as far as his presidency as a human being. Probably one of the worst.
I don't think it's him per se. I think so. This is one of the things I had to talk to some people about. It's about execution, right? You have this plan. You come out and you say, "Hey, I want to do this," but then you have no execution behind it, and so then that plan is worthless. So he's like, "Hey, I want to get all these people out." Okay, great. Instead of him taking the time to deliberately sit down and efficiently come up with a plan to make this work without greatly influencing people's lives to a point where it's detrimental, or make it look like we're just sitting here just taking people and stuff like that. He's not doing that. He's like, yo, look, I'm a billionaire. I see the government do shit all the time. So why can't we just do this?
And to what point? I don't know why they keep saying that. Like, I mean, I see from both perspectives, because you're always a villain in somebody's story, and you're always a hero in somebody's story.
Right.
I see the perspective of people should get into the country the right legal way, because what's the point of laws if we're not gonna follow them? I get that. I also see from the perspective of, okay, so what? Yeah, some people got through, started families here. Don't take their kids away. Don't take them away. They've been here. They've been fine. If you come in and commit crime, the same thing happens if you go to any other country and commit crime. You have to deal with the laws of the land. So if I go out to fucking Brazil and I gotta steal something, they chop my hands off. I can't be like, oh, you guys are horrible. I should have been fucking stealing. It's not my country. You know, so I see it from both perspectives. I literally say the way he's executing those plans, you're right, is wrong. In the end of the day, but the idea, like I said, the idea and perspective, like it's almost how Hitler had it. He loved his people so much that he believed that what he was doing was the right thing for his people. Because after World War I, whenever Germany was in turmoil and destroyed, he brought them out of the ashes, out of the shadow. Yes, he blamed the Jews. Yes, he blamed other people and tried to create an Aryan race of perfect people. Yeah, he did fucked up things, but he loved his people, and what he believed he was doing was right for his people, and worked for Germany at the time. They became one of the biggest superpowers in the world during World War II. And that's why but like I said, you're always a villain in somebody's story. 6 million people did not need to die in order for him to do what he did, but he had to do what he did, and in the result, 6 million people died.
So you hear that? You hear that, government? Just tell everybody what's at Area 51, so they don't have to storm it, and you don't have to kill 5 million people.
No, just say, hey, they're aliens, and there's some other shit in here we can't let, or just say, look, we can't let y'all in here because if other countries find out about what we're doing, they'll use it against us, and you'll die. They'll be like, oh, you're right. It's just so simple, like. Y'all, because it's like, if you have nothing to hide, then what the fuck is the problem? End of the day. Or they should just open up a fucking museum on Area 51 and show them what they want to show, and then it's like the smoking mirrors. They're not gonna show you everything, but you think they're showing you everything.
It's gonna probably look like the lunar landing, right? Anyways, I don't know what that was, but yeah. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap this up. I most definitely got more things I want to talk about, but ain't enough time in the world, to go through everything. So one thing the one thing we have depicted so far is, government Area 51, just show us what's in there.
Let us in.
Let us in. Also, that being said, there's no such thing as a world without there's no such thing as a world without nagging. We have determined that there's no such thing as happiness because of the way society
It's the truth.
has the way that society has corrupted us. That's what I want to say, just to sum up a few points. And I think that's it. I mean, there was few more topics I want to go into, but we kind of got a little deep into it. But it is what it is. Once again, and my condolences out to everybody who's been affected from the mass shootings. Um, I mean, there's mass shootings all the time where I grew up, but it's whatever. Anyways, moving on. Anyways, but yeah, so my condolences out to those family in Dayton as well as what's the other place? El Paso. But yeah, so you were tuned into Kaye Rayale. Make sure you tune in to some of the medias that we got dropping for you on Thursday. On our social media page, we also dropped a little trailer of what we got going on. And yeah, hopefully that's something that might be something that might interest y'all. That's something y'all like. Feel free to hit us up on all the social medias at From the Block KC on every platform. That's From the Block DA. And that's pretty much it. It's good to be back. I know
Thank you for having me too.
Been
I
on the air
appreciate
for a
that.
couple weeks. I wasn't, I'm just trying to do some house cleaning first before. But yeah, but also that being said, shout out to Ori-A. I'm trying to get out another artist out here, but we'll work on it.
Yeah, niggas ain't
Shit.
ain't about it. Anyway, y'all can find me at Instagram Ori-A KC. That's ORIA KC again, ORIA KC, or find me on my Facebook page Ori-A, no dash, just space. And then yeah. That's where you
Yeah,
find
this
me
brother
at.
right here, he has a lot of things to share. Not only is it music, he got some business aspirations and stuff like that. Go out there and look out for my man. Yeah, hopefully hopefully gonna have more songs going gold soon, huh?
Man,
Don't do that.
nah, bro. There's a lot of it's about to be exciting. This fall is gonna be very exciting. I don't know if I should just take this 2 albums and turn it into one big ass album. It's just has 2 different meanings. I can make it one big ass album.
Nah, don't do that.
A side, B side.
I think you should drop both separate. I
It's
say
just gonna be hard.
you have a vision, keep sticking with it, and then hopefully somebody feels it. But yeah, that being said, I think that's it, man. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, and it's good to be back. But yeah, so we gonna have more stuff like this coming to you more often on a weekly basis. I will say this: next week, tune in. We have JCO that's gonna be coming out. And doing his thing. This was actually gonna be an interview. We're gonna still be going over topics, but we're just gonna get in the head, in the mind, and behind the persona of JCO. If you're from Kansas City, you probably know who that is. Once again, I would like to give another shout out to Ori-A for coming through.
Hell yeah.
And this is Jaywalk with Kaye Rayale, and it's coming to you live straight from KC from the block. Y'all stay Gucci, Kansas City.